Raise your virtual hand if you're married and struggle with what you're actually supposed to be doing as a wife. Hello beauties, welcome back to my channel. I'm Tamara Erskine and I help moms look their best, feel their best, and parent their best in the modern mom age. I am so excited to have you here, and if you're new, subscribe so you don't miss out on my new content. Confession, I've been married for 5 years and I'm still learning and growing. There are times where you can feel lost, stuck, and you just simply want more out of life. Sound familiar? I'm sharing my 10 life hacks every wife should know. Disclaimer, following these or the lack thereof does not make you a bad wife. Matter of fact, you are a superhero woman, come on. You're on the front lines doing what you need to do, and if you found yourself here, it's because you already want to do better. You already have the mindset to continue being great. So your husband's lucky to have you. Let's get started. Number 1, stop chasing perfection. When you get into a marriage, you are not supposed to already be perfect. How hard would it be to literally expect perfection from your husband or from yourself even for something that you don't have the experience in? Even if you are on your second marriage or whatever the case may be, you know so much about this person, but chasing perfection creates a mindset that you are inadequate and that you aren't already good, that you aren't already doing the best that you possibly can. If you're saying, I am not good enough, you're living in that state of I'm not good enough, I am not good enough, and therefore it kind of creates that world around you. So be content in who you are, always strive for better, but don't chase to be perfect. On a completely different note, number 2, how awesome would it be to always have at least 5 dishes that you know how to cook well? Now, I'm not saying that if you're a woman, you're supposed to be in the kitchen. If you find yourself here, you're probably a mom and you probably have to keep somebody alive. So having 5 go-to recipes that you can either do real quickly or you know you're comfortable doing really well, they don't stress you out, is always good to have in your toolkit, right? So whether all 5 of those things be desserts or all dinners or a combination of those, have a few things that you know within your heart of hearts that you love to make or that you can buy and make it look like it's yours. Number 3, organization is key. You have to be knowing what's going on in your home. I mean, whether you're working or you're staying at home as a mom or you're just staying at home, it is important that you know when the bills are due, what needs to be taken care of. Hey, when's the last time this was done? Just the little things like that that keep your household moving are good to know. Somebody has to retain that information, and hey, if that's not you, it is very important that you communicate that with your husband. For me, I'm really good at knowing when all the bills are due. I have to write them down on a calendar, but I do have that resource that I can look back and be the one that knows that information. Other good things to know would be how to make a budget, how to plan a vacation, how to book a flight and get from point A to point B, including all the car rides in between, which leads into number 4, how to conduct business. Oh my gosh, how awesome would it be to live your wildest dreams, running your own business, if that is your dream, not having to work for anyone and still having income while being at home. For example, I am an entrepreneur. From the outside looking in, me having a YouTube channel, me trying to start up a blog, I have to do the little things that lead up to that, such as contacting other people, ordering equipment, making sure everything's paid on time, being able to set things in place to create a business, to create profit, to create things coming in, all the while I'm still attending to my family and the household. So conducting business is really important when you're trying to make sure that you're still resourceful and still able to invest and use your money wisely. Number 5 on that list, have a hobby, be productive. What is that thing that drives the passion within you, that drives that creativity, that fuels your happiness and ambitions outside of your family life? Do you know how to cook a dish really well? Do you know how to sew? Do you know how to fix cars, create websites, launch businesses? Whatever that thing may be able to do it well. What you don't want to do is be sitting around all the time playing Candy Crush or whatever it may be and not doing something that is benefiting either yourself or your family. and that will in the long run make you more happy, make your marriage more beautiful. Number 6, be charitable. Are you giving back to your community in some way? Are you being a good steward of your money by giving to others? Are you pouring your life into somebody else, mentoring somebody else, helping somebody else who's less fortunate do better? Whether it's monetarily, giving time to somebody else, what can you do to give back? It's selfless, yet it is one of those things that just really keeps you humble. Number 7 on the list, poise. What good can be said of you? While it is important to have poise, meaning being elegant and graceful, what in that are you actively doing? While you don't have to always please other people, it still is important to mind that you do have a reputation and not tarnish it yourself. It is important to have confidence and self-esteem and to be able to uplift others, but it's also just important to know when not to speak. Not everything deserves attention. Not everything has to be spoken about. It still means that you should be able to carry yourself in a way that looks like you have power, money, etiquette. Those things are important, and it doesn't mean you're being fake or not authentic. It just means when you act like you are worth it, people will see that in you and lift you up as well. Number 8, be a source of safety and love in your family. You're the one that's supposed to tend to the hearts of everyone, make sure your kids are happy, that they have somebody who they can come to for optimism and love and kindness. You should be a safe place for your husband to be able to come home and confide in you and know that regardless of whatever else is going on, he can still have you by his side. It is so important to be the one that's encouraging. But even when things are rough, push through with optimism and know that even in God, you will be okay. His plan will work itself out on your behalf. But by all means, please don't be the nagging wife that is bringing down the home with negativity and stressing out everybody and not being the one that anybody can come to, because that's the fastest way to tear your home apart. Number 9, care about yourself too. So, who's taking care of you when you're not taking care of you? Do you feel like the best version of yourself physically, mentally, emotionally? What are you doing to build yourself up in that way? It is so important to care about yourself. Have care for your needs too. If you're not taking care of yourself, how can you expect to take care of others? How are you able to have the energy to give for your family, for your husband, if you're not taking care of yourself? If that means you have to have a standing mani-pedi every week just so you can clear your mind and not go biting everybody's heads off, do it. If that means you need to take an hour run every morning just so you're starting your day off with focus and productivity in mind, do that. It is okay. It is okay to not constantly be catering to somebody else's needs, because you are only training yourself and you also have to build yourself back up. You are a flower woman, bloom. Grow, tend to yourself as well. If you have to buy a little makeup just to feel a little bit better, to enhance your beauty, that is okay. If you show the world that you value yourself, the universe is more likely to put you into that place that you feel you are worth. Number 10, the last and final tip, live honorably. You know what that means? It means your mindset is everything, ladies. God first, then husband, then children. You have to have your priorities straight, otherwise your whole life is going to be a wreck. God created us, woke us up this morning. At the very least, you can value your relationship with Him, and He will continue to bless us. Your marriage should be a reflection of your commitment to God. Literally, if you value that relationship, God will continue to bless you. Do your part to respect your husband, to teach your children to love them and cherish them, and you will see a return in your life. If you take these 10 hacks that every wife should know and apply them to your life, I promise you, you will see a drastic change in how your life looks. Now, I'm gonna be completely honest. This is the picture of what a Proverbs 31 wife should look like, translated into modern day times. These are the things that are outlined in what we're supposed to do and what we're expected to do, and you won't feel lost and stuck and confused about what your role is as a wife and what your role is for your family, and how that should be a true picture of who you are and what you're meant to be. If you like these, if any one of these stood out to you, leave a comment below. So take each of these, keep going, subscribe if you've made it this far and haven't yet, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.